Hello. First of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Let me introduce myself. My name is Jasmine Demi anak Demi. I'm in my second year of Bachelor of Engineering majoring in Mechanical Engineering. Figuring out inner workings of a machine and how components work together has always been my passion. The topic I will be talking about today is women in engineering. Engineering is a field dominated by men in today's society for many reasons. When people think about engineering, they think about men and seldom a woman comes to mind. However, there have been many studies on the skills that keep women out of engineering as a career, yet there is no proof that women cannot or do not possess the skills needed to be a successful engineer. Therefore, it is taught and stereotyped that women do not have the skills to have an engineering career. Due to the studies and stereotypes, the question then arises, what makes a good engineer? Many have the same response to the questions, but not one skill can a woman not possess. As time passes, the number of working women engineers has increased over the past years. Although this is a great increase of women entering this field, the lack of women in the science and engineering field is still a real controversy. The reason I want to talk about this topic today is to create awareness that women can also be an engineer. I want to break the stereotypes that women cannot do what men can do. Women too can have skills to make them a good engineer. I want to use this platform to encourage more women to venture into the engineering field. One cause of the disproportionate amount of women in engineering and science field is a masculine image of the field created by media, parents, and educators. There is a lack of women in this field, especially in mechanical engineering, as whenever someone talks about mechanical engineering, the first thing that comes to mind is men fixing cars. In the past decades, men mostly venture into mechanical engineering as usually men have interest in cars compared to women. This causes many to label mechanical engineering is for men, as it is somewhat seen as a dirty and rugged career. Women are supposed to be more demure and proper as they are not always pictured to be in this field. In the 1950s and 1960s, people made it a big deal whenever a woman would stand up and try taking a male profession. Although this is not the case now, women find it hard to break through the stereotype that they can also take up a masculine job. For decades, to attract more women to the field, engineering educators have focused on curriculum reform such as promoting girls' interest in math and science. While these efforts have brought in more women to study engineering, the problem is that many quit during and after school. Focusing solely on education doesn't address the fact that women tend to leave the profession at a higher rate than men. Women make up 20% of engineering graduates, but it's been estimated that nearly 40% of women who earn engineering degrees either quit or never enter the fields. So why do women who study engineering leave to pursue career in other fields? The culture within engineering, such as the shared values, beliefs, and norms, might contribute to the underrepresentation of women in the profession. Female students do well or better than male students in school, but often point to the masculine culture of engineering itself as a reason for leaving. When working in a group, women are often being chosen to do routine managerial and secretarial jobs and being excluded from the real engineering work. Men are often assigned interesting problem-solving tasks where they could develop their analytic and technical skills. This leads to women feeling like their career path is boring and unfulfilling as they begin to question whether engineering is what they really want to do. However, there are women over the past century who broke this stereotype. When we think about famous female engineers, we think about many women in science who changed the world as we know it. They were part of the revolution that has also altered the society's perception of what women could or could not do. These ladies made a huge difference for every one of us. For example, Margaret E. Knight. Knight created the first flat-bottom paper bag that we still use today, and made a machine to fold and glue the edges. It may not seem like a big deal now, but in the 1800s, it was huge. Everyone used paper bags, and her machine not only made the production more manageable, but also considerably faster. Apart from that, Edith Clark is the first recognized female engineer. After she graduated, she created the Clark calculator, a device that deals with mathematical problems relating to electricity. Not to forget also, Marissa Mayer, which is the first female engineer to enter Google and also a first female CEO of a Fortune 500 company. She has several patents in artificial intelligence as well as in interface design. Mayer is now one of the most famous women in science and engineering in our contemporary world. These are people that women should look up to despite the stereotypes and discrimination in the engineering field. These women prove that they can do what men can do and even better. For the future recommendation, there are several ways that we can create awareness in our community about women in engineering. First, we can be a good role model and not discriminate other gender in the engineering field. We need to break the stereotypes and set good example to other people so that we can prove that women can do what men can do too. Apart from that, parents can expose child to activities that can help them enhance their skills, such as buying toys that can help improve their analytical, technical, and math skills. Men usually excel in computer-aided design as they can picture the product in 3D compared to women. Research shows that this is because men usually play with toys that enhance these skills, such as building blocks compared to women that usually grow up playing Barbie and cooking toys. I am not saying that girls' toys are bad. All toys have their benefits, but it is also good to expose girls to different toys that can enhance their skills, which may be helpful if they decide to venture into engineering in the future. As a conclusion, I hope that more women will venture into the engineering field and break the stereotype that engineering is a masculine job done by men. Women can do it too. Thank you for taking your time to listen to me.